Welcome back to the One Shot Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Vincent.
And I'm Johnny. Welcome back to the show. We have a great episode today for you guys, and we have a great guest.
Yeah. But before we get started, what we do on this show is we break down movies and then we rate them on 3 different scales: acting, plot, and overall rating. And we have a bunch of different categories on the show that we love to jump into and deep dive into these movies with. But special guest, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Woo! Yeah, so she's been wanting to be on the show for a while too. She's a great fan. She actually wore her merch today. Great supporter of the show. Do you want to tell us what movie we're doing? You want to tell them?
Yeah, we're doing Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Nice. Great movie. I mean, not great, but like it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was enjoyable, definitely. Yeah, I'm really excited to do this episode. I haven't seen this movie since it came out. May 6th of 2022.
Yeah, I have to say, same. Like, I didn't rewatch it.
It's memorable, but at the same time, it's not.
It's not like
super
Civil
memorable.
War, like Endgame, where you go back to watch for more.
No, I would agree. Like I said, it was enjoyable. I don't know. The expectations were a lot higher than what we actually got.
Like I was very disappointed. Like the hype was just not there.
Mhm.
Like
The
hype was there, but the result didn't live up to the hype.
Some things did.
Yes.
Certain cameos and Easter
yes.
eggs, they were there, and we enjoyed it a lot. But
other things didn't live up
things
to the
not.
hype.
Not at all.
This film is an action/adventure. I'm gonna throw in like it was also kind of like thriller horror-y too.
Yeah, I would say so.
Especially because of the director of this film.
Mhm.
This is a PG-13 movie with a runtime of 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a decently long movie.
Definitely.
But yeah, every movie has a plot. Could be good or bad. So let's jump into that. Who wants to read the plot?
Do you want to read the plot?
Yeah, sure. So this movie, following the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange unwittingly casts a forbidden spell that accidentally opens up the multiverse. With the help from Wong and Scarlet Witch, Strange confronts various versions of himself, as well as teaming up with the young America Chavez, while traveling through various realities and working to restore reality as he knows it. Along the way, Strange and his allies realize they take on a powerful new adversary who seeks to take over the multiverse.
That's very, very true. I have a question for you guys. Did you think that Wanda was going to be a bad guy in this?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, the trailers kind of show that like she's working with them, not against, which was really cool. I like that a lot. This fucking arm on this microphone keeps dropping on me. All right, I got it.
So yeah, I really didn't think that she was gonna be the villain of this film.
Yeah.
Because like we said in the trailers, they show the only scenes that we really see of her is her in the apple.
Yeah, the apple
farm,
which you don't know anything about.
It doesn't even end up being an apple farm.
Right.
It's kind of.
And then you see her at the Darkhold, like I guess you could call it stronghold type thing.
That's really.
And like, but you don't know like what the backstory behind that is.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I think this plot was good. I do.
Yeah.
And it was a good twist.
Yeah.
Huge twist.
Definitely.
So John, you're a big fan of pacing.
Yes.
So what do you think? Too fast, too slow, or just right?
That's kind of difficult for me, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't watched it in a while. I didn't get to finish the entire thing before we recorded today, but I want to say certain aspects of it were too fast, and there were some missing pieces.
It started off quick as hell.
Yeah.
It started off strong.
Very, very fast. Which in the beginning of the film, that was fine.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that because it's putting us right into the action, and it's drawing our attention.
Kind of like
really
Endgame, where we just open up with Hawkeye's family.
Yeah, which is fine. But this one, I feel like it was a little too fast. There were some things that I kind of wanted to see more of.
Yeah.
And this film is still kind of short. It's only 2 hours and 8 minutes long.
Yeah. Well, they say Multiverse of Madness, but there really wasn't any.
They showed 2 of the multiverses.
Yeah,
in
there
this
wasn't.
entire film.
There wasn't like so much. I remember the hype. The hype behind this was like, oh, the multiverse is never going to be the same. It's the same. It's pretty much the same.
We see people coming in from other multiverses, but we don't really see the other multiverses. We get glimpses of them.
Right.
And when Chavez and Strange are jumping through, but we don't really see anything in depth.
Right.
which
when
I think
when they
was
go to
missing.
838, you see glimpses of all the other ones, but you don't get to see anything about it.
Yeah,
I would have liked to
exactly.
see more multiverses.
Yeah,
We see-
we saw more in What If than we did in
Yeah.
this, which
Yeah.
We
is a
see
shame.
we see 838, and then we see whatever that one is, the incursion
But
one.
I just feel like it was missing something, and
Yeah.
we needed more, definitely. So that's just my thought process on it. But in terms of pacing, definitely too fast.
Yes.
What do you think, Vic?
No, I agree. Definitely wish we saw more than just 2 multiverses.
Yeah. It would have been a lot better. By the way, John and Vic are sharing a mic right now because we couldn't get the third mic to work. So it's going to be fixed in post, but just so you guys know, that's why it kind of looks weird on camera right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here we are.
And they're twinning right now. It's kind
Yeah.
of adorable. So with
Well, anyway, since you're mentioning the merch,
yes,
go to oneshotmoviepodcast.com, and we're going to give you a code later in the episode for a discount
Yes.
on some of the merch. So you can-
we're
you can
gonna
look
do it.
just like us.
We're gonna try to do it midway through the episode.
Yeah.
That way, nobody will skip through to the end to get the promo code.
Yeah.
Get you some merch. It's comfortable.
Exactly. See, we got somebody here saying
Yeah.
it's great. Go buy it,
Totally not biased.
please,
It's not
biased.
biased.
Not
Not at
biased.
all.
No, it's comfortable. I
It
wear
is.
mine almost every day.
guys. We need money to keep the show going. Come on.
I wear this a lot.
So obviously this movie has a cast.
Well, yeah,
is our-
most movies have a cast.
They do. So who is our lead actor?
Good old Benny Cumberbatch as Dr. Stephen Strange, not to be mistaken for Sorcerer Strange or Supreme Strange, Defender Strange, Evil Strange.
There's a lot of strangers in this. It's pretty strange.
It's very strange. I hate you. He is known for The Grinch, the 2018 one, the animated one, right?
Which-
That's the one I'm
yeah,
assuming.
I didn't know he played the Grinch.
I didn't know he voiced the Grinch either.
Which was fucking mind blowing because I watched that movie, didn't even think it was him.
I gotta say, a lot of people hate on the Jim Carrey one. I actually really enjoy the Jim Carrey
I
one.
did too. Yeah.
But I understand it's not the original. It's not the Doctor. Like, yes, it's Dr. Seuss, but it's not the Dr. Seuss's one.
yeah, no,
But I like the
exactly.
Jim Carrey one. Sherlock TV show, which mostly everybody knows him for
Yeah,
that.
that was pretty much his big break.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Star Trek Into Darkness. What If? Of course. And The Power of the Dog. Never heard of it. Never seen it.
It was sorry,
Spilt?
spilled water on myself.
Wow.
It was a movie that just came out this year. It looks really interesting. I haven't seen it.
Came out this
but,
year? Really?
Yeah, in 2022. So I'm really curious to watching it. I just haven't gotten around to it.
All right.
I believe Paul Dano's in it with him. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
okay. I've only watched What If and, whatever other Marvel stuff he's been in.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, no, Paul Dano was not in it. I lied. Tom Hardy, Kristen Dunst,
Tom Hardy, Venom himself.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a nice cast.
yeah.
Val
Seems
Kilmer
like
as well. So it's one I want to see. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah.
So,
Who do we got up next?
Vic, who do we have up next?
Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff. She's known for Wind River and Sorry for Your Loss, which I've never seen either of.
Gotta say, great cast for Wanda Maximoff. I swear, like she's just. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could have played it better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Your significant other is peeking in the window.
There he is.
So
There he is.
if you guys, the reason we know Vic is through Gabe, who we had on for Into the Spider-Verse.
Great episode.
Yes.
So shout out to Gabe. Oh,
Yeah, he's gone.
He's
He's
still
over
there.
there
He
now.
is.
He's being a
Shout out to Gabe.
goofball
He's lurking.
outside of the studio.
So shout out to Gabe. Back to Elizabeth Olsen. She was in Sorry for Your Loss, which is a 20-episode TV show, which is directly about her.
Oh, really?
So she's the main character in it. I didn't even know it
Oh, that's cool.
existed.
Wow.
So,
Do you know when that came out?
a few years ago, I didn't look deeply into it, but I just saw that it was on her
Gotcha.
list of projects.
All right, John. Who's
But,
up next?
Up next, we have Benedict Wong as Wong. We love him. He's from Annihilation. He's actually in The Martian, which is one of my top 5 favorite movies.
I can't remember. Like he's
don't-
probably like somebody that plays in like
Yeah, he's
the
a minor
NASA type.
That's what I'm
thing,
thinking
right?
too. But yeah, The Martian is one of my favorite movies. of all
Martian's a
time.
great movie.
It's so
It's a great movie.
I love it. Benedict, he's also in She-Hulk. A few episodes of that. We don't want to discuss She-Hulk.
She-Hulk was alright.
It was.
It It was alright.
I don't know.
That's it. It was
he's,
alright.
he's also in Shang-Chi, one of the best movies.
Great
of
movie.
The last 2 years.
Probably one of the best of Phase 4.
Honestly. And then he's in this animated film. I think it's by Pixar.
Nope. Disney.
It's
It is Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay,
It's
I'm
a good
wrong.
movie.
Riot and the Last
I
Dragon.
tried watching it. It was.
I didn't watch it.
It was alright.
I didn't watch it.
I
don't
feel
like-
it's hard on guys.
I don't like the voice actor for the dragon. What's her name? She was in Shang-Chi.
Really?
The one that's a quote on like kind of like his love interest almost. I don't know her
I don't know
name,
the
but
actress.
like I just don't like her voice
Can't
is
think
so
of it.
annoying.
Huh.
It really is.
But the last thing that we have here for Benedict Wong, he's also in Gemini Man.
Great
with
movie.
Ryan Gosling.
No. Oh, that one?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the one from Will Smith.
I don't think it's the one with.
Gemini Man's Will Smith. I remember him in Gemini Man with Will Smith.
Oh yeah, it is. It is the one with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong.
I like that movie. It was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was the other one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were two, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But here we are. Who's up next?
Don't even think I'm gonna say that right.
Yeah.
I'll try though. Chiwetel?
Chiwetel? I don't know.
That's
Chiwetel?
I don't even know.
Ejiofor? I don't know. I feel bad because I can't pronounce his name, but yeah, he plays Baron Mordo.
So yeah, now you know who it is at least.
Yeah. He was in 12 Years a Slave, Dirty Pretty Things, Scar in The Lion King 29, like the live action. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he was also in The Martian.
He was also in the movie 2012. That's why that was there.
Oh, that
Yeah.
specify. God, this is why I don't let John do things.
Well, I just put 2012.
Yeah, what did you? I thought that was like Dirty Pretty Things came out in 2012. Because you do that.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right.
But he has a big role in The Martian. It's a pretty decent sized role in The Martian.
I gotta rewatch The Martian. It's a great movie. I just gotta rewatch it. I watched it like back in high school, and I just can't remember like much of it.
Yeah.
It was. I know it was a
good.
great movie though.
So good. I love it.
And Vic, who do we have up last here?
Wow, you're having me pronounce this name because I have no clue how to do it. I'm going to say Xochitl Gomez as America Chavez. She's in The Babysitter Club, The Lone Drone, it's a short, Roped, and she's only been in really 3 other movies other than this film.
Yeah, this was kind of like her.
Breakthrough.
Yeah,
This was
big break.
Her other her other 2 movies are Babysitter Club, which is like came out the last couple years, and then Roped, which she only has like a small role in. So this is the movie that she has the biggest role in,
Right.
from what I found. So it's exciting for her to actually be able to show her talents, and she did a really good job in this.
Yeah. So on the script we have, do we like the cast and who else could have played them? So there's one person that I just absolutely hated in this movie, like
Who?
utterly hated. It was Captain Marvel. She was
Oh.
terrible.
Oh, yeah, I
she
agree.
was absolutely terrible. And I get that why they did it. It's Maria
Rambeau.
Yeah, Maria Rambeau. She gets the powers instead of Carol, whatever. But still, it's so bad. They have not justified Captain Marvel in the MCU yet, even with a different version of her.
Yeah.
It's utterly terrible.
I know. I'm not a huge fan of it either. Obviously, there's a ton of cameos and Easter eggs in this film.
Yeah.
That maybe we'll get into a little bit later.
We'll try to, if we have time.
But there's a couple actors that I liked playing certain characters.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
So right now we're going to jump into the director of this film. John, who is the director?
The director of this film is, it's Sam Raimi, and he's known for directing the fantastic. Well, sorry.
Don't say fantastic.
Yeah, it was
You're
the
screwing
really
it up.
It was the really good Spider-Man franchise, the original.
Toby.
With Toby. He's also known for directing 50 States of Fright, which is 3 episodes he directed, and his most recent thing that he directed besides
Multiverse?
Spider-Man and Multiverse was Oz the Great and Powerful, and
Is
that
that the
came
one
out
with like James Franco or something?
I'm not really sure, to be honest, but that came
I
out
like-
I think like 2013.
I remember it, but I don't.
Yeah, no, I never saw that one. He also is a producer on the movie from 2019, Crawl, which was actually a really solid thriller, which is about a hurricane and an alligator attack, which is actually really solid.
Yeah, it's like kind of like
it's like a shark movie. It's like a shark movie, but it's alligators.
Or like kind of like Jaws almost.
Yeah, in a way.
Gotcha.
So pretty much that movie is about like a hurricane comes through a town.
Right.
All the houses they're going down.
I feel like I've seen that.
The town gets flooded, so there's alligators going everywhere.
Dude, I actually have a real life experience about that.
Really cool.
So I go down the shore to LBI, right? Mm-hmm. And my house is on the water. So like every now and then the water like gets really high. One year there was a shark in it. One year there was actually an alligator.
Oh God.
And who knows what's going to happen this year? Anything, maybe something.
Kind of sounds like the story of the hurricane I just went through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alligators and sharks on the street.
Sounds like fun.
I don't know.
So fun.
I don't know about that. But back to Sam Raimi. The last thing that I found here, which is really cool, another great movie. He was a producer on Don't Breathe. It seems recently he's more into producing he's been executive producer on a lot of different films rather than directing a bunch of films. So
right.
A lot of good ones too.
I mean, he's rolling in it now. He can produce a bunch.
I know.
But I mean, Don't Breathe did really good because they made a second one.
Yeah, that one was a really good film too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've never seen either.
It's
of
another
them.
thriller.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I like doing this, because people will come to us with different movies that I've never seen before, and I'm happy about that because it gives me a chance to watch new movies that maybe I just wouldn't watch in general.
Like The Godfather?
Yeah, somebody might want to do The Godfather next semester when we come back, but for you guys, it'll be a blink of an eye.
Yeah, that won't be that long. But now let's jump into our next segment of the show.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm like really looking forward to this segment.
Let's jump into visual effects. There's so many in this film, and they're all, majority of them, are really, really well done. Some of them were a little wonky, I noticed. I know like one, there was a sequence with Benedict or Wong. He was thrown out of a portal and he hit a car, and it looked really wonky. Right in
the beginning kind of.
It's like the first 20, 30 minutes of the film. He gets thrown out of a portal after going after the one-eyed creature, and he hits a car, and it kind of just looks
There's also a part.
wrong.
There's also a part where the one-eyed creature grabs Strange too, and you can see his face is kind of CG instead of actually Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
But every movie is gonna have its CG flaws. It's not gonna be insanely perfect.
No, that's true.
But you want to start us off with your.
Yeah. This one I found was a really almost an Easter egg, but not really. It's more of a visual thing. But in the beginning of the film, we see Defender Strange. Obviously, he's with America Chavez, and his magic on his hands and surrounding him is white instead of the classic orange that we see from regular Doctor Strange. It's just showing that he's from a different multiverse. From a different universe.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
It's cool because it can mean a bunch of different things, but we took it as he's from a different universe. Like, it could honestly just mean that, well, no, it does mean he's from a different universe. Because at the end of the movie, we see Evil Strange has purple.
Yeah. I know.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I thought was just a good way to show, okay, this is this Strange, this is this Strange.
Right.
Besides just the hair.
Right.
So.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Another visual effect that I really enjoyed, the way just the beginning looks, the Book of Ashanti, oh my God.
Oh, it was so
it's
nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And also that monster looked like toilet paper, but still it was it was cool though. It was like
that almost reminded me of the Mummy.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It was I was like, this looks like a mummy, but still it looked really cool, and it's glowing, and it's just really cool.
I enjoyed that part. But I know, Vic, you have a ton of them here. So
yeah, I mean, Doctor Strange, I love the movies, especially for the visual effects. I just I don't know, what they do with the Doctor Strange movies, I think to me is insane.
I mean, they always have to be kind of trippy. That's the thing with Doctor Strange.
And I think that's what I like the most. And after that fighting scene in the Camartage when they're going through I want to say they went through like 4 or 5
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
multiverses. Even when we see them for like a split second, the details are insane. Like that one multiverse when they went through where they were like cut in the face.
Oh, that one, yeah.
They're like all shredded all throughout the body,
Yeah.
but kind of still intact at the same time.
Even the paint one too
The paint
was
one
like
was insane.
that
You
one
could
was
still
really
see
cool.
like all the details in their face, but like
it was just so weird
It's
though
a
how
little
like they went
trippy.
through a paint universe. Like it was just.
Yeah. Like,
But-
I thought that was kind of strange.
I think the visual effects team kind of got a little like slap happy here, where they just kind of like, I don't know, they just got a little too.
they kind of just went with
Whatever
came to their mind.
It was just kind of they got a little too happy and like we're like, oh, let's do this, and it's like,
definitely.
all right, well,
I mean, that's why it could have been cool to see more multiverses. 'Cause
Right.
They could have seen like these other
I wish they-
interesting ones.
yeah, I wish they at least landed in like different multiverses instead of just passed through them in a split second.
And they were like other New Yorks rather
Yeah.
than like
Yeah,
Paint
I don't
one.
know, it was weird.
I know they're kind of just scratching the surface in terms of all of the multiverses or universes, but I just wish we saw more.
Yeah.
Because visually they would have looked really cool. Like we saw the ones that they landed in, and it looked really awesome.
Yeah,
But I just wish there was more.
yeah,
And
I get
that's
that.
the main thing that I got from this movie is it left me wanting more, which is a good thing.
It's
at
a
the
good
same
thing, but
time,
at this,
like,
yeah, I was
felt
gonna
like I
say,
just needed more with this story
right,
because if the multiverse is in madness,
right.
like, I
Yeah.
feel like you just need to show multiple rather than just jumping through them.
Yeah, we got to see
You know?
616, 838, and then the dying one,
Yeah.
which is like, okay, cool, but like,
the
how is this the
colliding one.
multiverse of madness?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what? Nothing really insane
I
happened.
think more of the madness came from like the fighting rather than the
Y-
actual multiverses.
I would assume, yeah, like you're saying, I think the madness came more from Wanda
Yeah.
than,
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
Scarlet Witch in this case.
well, yeah. But there's a few more on here for visual effects. John, why don't you take this next one?
The visual effects used in the scene where Strange traps Wanda with the mirrors. Oh
Oh,
my
I
god, that
loved
looks
it.
so nice.
I
was
love
so
that
cool.
so much.
And then
And then-
after that, when she goes and reaches
Oh
into
my
the water
terrifying.
and the reflections, oh, that was so cool.
Absolutely terrifying though.
And within that same sequence, at the end, when she jumps out of the big like Kong thing,
yeah,
when her body stretches and like forms back,
Yeah.
it reminds me of like a zombie movie.
yeah. And the cool thing about that is that they paid attention to detail because that gong isn't fully reflective. So you can tell like she's struggling to get through that because it's not fully reflective like the mirrors or the water. And like the weird thing is like you see her hand come out and it's all like cut up and bloody and then her oh my god, terrifying.
face was too.
absolutely
Yeah,
terrifying.
that's where I could see where you're getting the horror from. Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was definitely freaky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you saw her bones like flip
Yeah.
back and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It was trippy.
Her neck too. She literally went like
Yeah.
she did like the famous like neck crack. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But there's one scene where you know, at the end of the movie where Strange is fighting Evil Strange and they did that whole music battle. I absolutely love that. I thought that looked so amazing.
Yeah.
Like it was just incredible. I was when I was in theaters, I was watching it with my sister, you know, I talked about this before. And she goes, "What the fuck is this?" I go, "Shut up. This is cool."
Yeah.
I literally go, like, this is sick. I was like, shut up. Like, I just thought that was so cool. Like,
I
just
agree.
seeing each music note and, like, each one playing a different song.
I know,
Like,
it was really cool.
yeah,
It was
I
cool to
really
see that.
enjoyed that. And then the last one I have here for visual effects is when Strange, when 616 Strange is dream walking in the dead body, and the souls of the damned are coming out, and then he just like captures them, and then he makes these fucking cool ass wings
my
out
God,
of
it
them. I
was
thought
so
that was
cool.
sick.
Yeah,
I thought that
really
was
well
so cool. But yeah, that's all we really have here for visual effects. Which I mean, there are plenty more to go
There's
through,
so
but
much
you know,
more, but,
it's
like-
it's so hard.
done. We'd be here all day
Yeah.
if we described them all because
Yeah.
they're all really really well done except for like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
We already mentioned some. But yeah, now we can jump into some cinematography.
One of our favorite segments on this show.
Yeah. One thing I know I liked a lot. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I know I liked a lot was just how in that same scene that we were just talking about with Wanda coming through the gong thing,
Yeah.
when when she shut the door, using her like magic after she broke through the reflections, they kind of did like a fast zoom and tilt
Oh, really?
as they zoomed in on the door. So the door was first straight, and then you see the camera kind of just turn to the side.
Yeah.
And it looked really, really cool as the door was shutting really fastly.
Yeah.
So it just adds this nice like horror aspect to it. So I thought that was really cool.
I like in the beginning of the movie where they start off with like a nice medium shot where it's like kind of like waist up or chest up, depends on what kind of medium shot you want. But it's at the back, it's behind them, and it zooms in on America Chavez's jacket with the star, and then it quickly pans over to Strange, and then you see Strange turn back, and then it's like, oh, that's what's chasing them. Okay, cool. But also the camera's like very, very shaky, kind of showing, the panic and the fear and everything. It's like, oh shit, like what's going on? But I just thought that was really, really well done. Also, when Defender Strange dies, they do a really like big close up on his face, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's like whoa,
scary.
yeah,
A little bit.
Well, he got like poisoned.
Yeah, that
So-
was a really good shot too. By the
Yeah.
way, that whole like fighting scene with them, going back and forth from Defender Strange to America Chavez when like he goes to steal her power, and then he ends up getting stabbed and thrown. I think that like little sequence of her. Oh, well, not her. The camera panning back and forth was really nice.
You know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit? Because he's holding off a monster, and he's trying to take her power.
Wanda
and Vision. She's holding off Thanos, but has to kill Vision.
Yeah.
I think it was cool.
Interesting.
It was very cool.
Yeah. Nice note.
But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch more cinematography to get into, so I mean, we can let you guys talk a little bit more about that because I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Yeah. What do you got?
I mean, when they were in that apple orchard and Doctor Strange is talking to Wanda, and then it goes into like that dark scene.
Yeah.
The little transition from the ending of them having the conversation to Wong kind of like.
It was a very Raimi style transition, and like you see a lot of that through
He's
this
kind of
movie.
just like in the middle of the screen.
You see that a lot through this whole movie. A lot of Raimi transitions.
He definitely left his mark a lot on this
Yeah.
film.
Oh yeah.
Like there's the one where where Wanda like is dreamwalking after like she gets on the altar, I think it is. And it's like a circle transition where it like goes out and then it comes back and there's like intense like rock-ish music playing. It was cool, but it's a very Raimi transition.
Yeah.
What else, John?
There were some other ones that I wanted to mention. I had the movie up. There was this one scene that I really liked that I wanted to find.
This guy.
Let me find it
This
really
guy.
quick. Oh, okay. I found it. When America Chavez for the first time uses her powers, that whole like sequence is really cool because they show her parents getting sucked up into into her star power thing.
Yeah, the
portal.
the multiverse
And
portal
they kind of
thing.
do like a close up of the parents, and then they do the individual shot of her, which is really, really nice. That I liked. But then it goes back to her watching the dream,
Right.
or the memory. So I thought that was cool. It was a nice like quick transition.
Yeah. There's another one that I like. It's when they're trying to escape the Illuminati building. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess it's just called the Illuminati building.
Yeah, I don't know the name.
So it's when Strange escapes and he's running and America and Christine are looking down the hallway and they hear the footsteps and then they see the shadow and like they're running and you get a close up on literally just the eye of Christine and then just the eye of America Chavez, and it was just really cool. Like it was just so cool and good looking. Like it was amazing.
You could see every ounce of like fear in their eyes for if that's
Exactly.
Scarlet Witch or
Right, like who is it?
You
Like
don't know which one you're gonna
because
get.
the sound effect made it sound like it was a monster, like
Yeah.
running, stepping, and then just come to find out it's just Strange.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to cover for this. I mean, we don't have to cover all of it. We could do
No.
one or two more on here.
I know you mentioned a lot of shots of people's legs and feet. Do you
Yeah.
want to just go into
There was, like, from knee down, there was a bunch of shots of just, like, people running. Like, it was just, like, you see the one of Wanda. I mentioned it here. You see the one of Wanda where she's, like, limping, and you see, like, her limping.
Yeah.
And she's barefoot, like, stomping and running on broken glass, and it's like, oh, my God.
That was a really cool, well done scene.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it was very good. Also, the one scene in the pipeline where they're all standing, waiting for her to come through.
Yeah, that one
And
was
then
so
just
cool.
and then you just see the glowing red eyes. That was terrifying. That actually,
Yeah.
like,
Shit.
so I was watching it in theaters, and my watch went off. It was like your heart rate just like jumped, like
Oh,
like,
God.
and I was like, oh, my bad.
Definitely scared you.
Yeah. It was like your heart rate went from 156 to 176. It's like, you good?
I don't know if this is so much cinematography, but more of a visual effect. When they put dead Defender Strange in his like grave,
Yeah.
with the bricks,
That was really cool.
putting him in and pulling him out,
Yeah.
both are really cool. I liked-
Didn't he just
Well,
like
he kinda
break
broke
out?
out.
Yeah.
It was
So
just
that was
kind of
nice.
like a
Yeah.
It was like a typical zombie,
Yeah.
like
Dude,
old,
but the
zombie
makeup and like the CG that they did to Benedict
Face was
Cumberbatch,
insane.
that was sick.
Yeah, that was
Like,
really,
I literally
really good.
could not staring at the open side of his mouth. Like, when I
I know.
rewatched
Yeah,
it, I
me
was
too.
like,
Yeah,
and it's just like you could see
I was
every
like-
like tooth and
yeah, I know. I was
the-
like,
It was really
that's cool.
Yeah, I
I'm
liked
like,
it a lot.
I'm like watching it, and like you hear a difference because he doesn't have that side of his mouth. But also another thing, how long over time does this take place? Because his body deteriorated really fucking quick.
It did. I
So,
didn't
like-
think it was super long, to be honest. I thought it
Right.
was only like a few days.
I thought it was
or
like a
week.
day or so. So like,
I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe they deteriorate faster from whatever he died from.
yeah,
Like,
maybe
we
the
don't know that.
poison. Yeah,
So maybe it could be something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But yeah, is there anything else that we want to mention from cinematography?
there's one more that I want to talk about. It was when, once again, Strange is dream walking in the dead body. When the souls of the damned are surrounding him, it was really cool. And then there's one little scene where it looks like Strange literally grabs the camera and like is like staring into it, which was really, really cool. And it was just, it just gives more feeling like, oh shit, like this is going on, like fuck.
I know.
And that little glimpse of like the souls of damned in his
Yeah, that was
Oh my
cool too.
God,
Oh
that
my
was
god,
so
that was
cool.
sick. This movie is just really cool in general, like just visual effects, and it's shot
Yeah.
amazingly.
I think, sorry, I know we were going to move on, but I want to mention when they were up on like the altar towards the end of the film, they showed the mountain. and
Oh,
it looked
yeah.
so
Oh
nice.
my
I had
God.
to mention it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it looks so beautiful.
Of course,
But yeah, that's really it in terms of that for me.
Yeah. There's a lot to this film that we're gonna try to cover quick.
Yeah. So let's talk about some music. There's not that much that we have here, to be honest, but I know you had a couple things down here.
Music's terrifying.
Yeah, I agree.
Music is absolutely terrifying.
It's used really well. in
yeah.
this.
Oh my god, it's used amazing in this.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I liked it.
And you got your little snippets of, you got the X-Men 97 theme, you got the WandaVision theme when we first see Wanda, yeah. You get a lot of that stuff, which is cool. And then you have another.
Yeah, when he's fighting Evil Strange in the collided multiverse, it was just like, I know like it was some Beethoven and
Yeah.
but the music was so intense
And it
that
was
you could
mashed
just
so
feel
good.
yourself like kind of in the fight. It
Right.
was like really high intensity,
Yeah. You're
mostly
like
from that music.
you're like watching it. It's like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
and it's like
And like each
I'm
beat
like-
goes with that note.
I know.
That he's
Exactly,
throwing.
which
It's
is so cool.
insane.
It was just super thought out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was really awesome.
Yes. So now we're going to take a quick little break and mention our merch. So we have a bunch of stuff out. We have hats. We have, I'll put the desk mat online because it came out so good. Like if you just want a nice little something to put on your desk, put your keyboard on, put your mouse on, I highly recommend getting it. It looks amazing. We got phone cases, T-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, beanies.
Yeah.
It is a bit chilly out, so go and grab your beanie.
Yeah, everything should be on screen now. If not, I'm
He's
feeling
slacking.
lazy.
He's
But
slacking.
I should have the little clip on screen for you.
And use promo code Multiverse for 15% off your order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, you won't be sorry.
See?
Thank you. But let's jump forward into some acting. How do we feel everybody did?
I think they did great. I mean, America Chavez was a little iffy here and there.
Yeah,
She's said,
young, though, so.
right. And like I said, Captain Marvel, I'm going to give it.
Not a fan either.
I'm going to give it 2 thumbs down.
Certain characters, there's a guy named John that I really liked in this film.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Surprising.
We'll get to him.
Yeah, we'll get to him. But John, you get 2 thumbs up from me.
Yeah, and
I
me.
liked it.
Or should we say Jim?
John.
Jimmy
John.
Jimmy John.
Yeah.
Jimmy John, sponsor us.
He did good. I liked it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Once again,
Everybody
these
else did.
chairs suck.
I know. Everybody else did good. Wanda was really great. Wong,
Yeah. I mean,
Wong
she's
was-
phenomenal. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen is
Her-
phenomenal.
She reminds me a lot of
The Olsen sisters.
no. Her job on this film and as this character reminds me a lot of Willem Dafoe. His ability and his duality.
Oh
Being
my
able
God.
to
Yeah.
just switch back and forth from
That's really true.
Goblin to Osborn.
Yeah.
It was just.
That's so
her
true.
performance
Oh my
reminded me
God.
a lot of it.
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
That's
I
insane.
just thought of that right now.
Well, aren't you a smart guy?
But yeah, I think her acting ability is
Oh my God.
so great.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
I'm really always impressed by her performance.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everything. So and her ability just to play that mom
yeah.
is so good, and then her ability to just bounce back to, I will literally kill you if you don't
Oh,
let
yeah.
me see my children. So
Yeah.
It's crazy.
there it is. Yeah, she blew me away.
Yeah. Vic,
I
thoughts?
think I agree. She brings so much intensity and so much emotion into this. Like, you could kind of just feel where she's coming from.
Right.
Like, you could feel a little sorry for her,
Yeah.
but then again,
But at the same time, it's
you
like
could feel
you
her
murdered like
psychoticness.
80,000
Yeah.
people.
I know.
Yeah. And she has, like, no will to stop.
It's almost like that one line from the first Avengers, like, he's my brother. He killed 80 people in 1 week. Nah, he's adopted.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just, it was crazy seeing her. Like, I loved WandaVision, so seeing
Oh
her
my God.
be that, like,
Great show.
mother nurturing to being, like, this whole dark character.
Yeah.
Like, she can flip that switch really well.
It's crazy.
I would agree.
We're going to jump into some improv now. Most of you have probably heard by now, in one of the final scenes where it's the Scarlet Witch facing her kids, they start throwing toys at her, and one of the toys hits her in the face, and that scene was actually her deliberate reaction. Like, that was her real reaction. When she just goes, "Stop it!" Like, and she scared the shit out of the kids too. Like, and she talked about this in many interviews. She goes, "I felt terrible." She was like, "I felt so bad yelling at those kids." But yeah, that was real.
But hey, I mean, it worked out.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we had for improv. There wasn't. I mean, we didn't really look too much into that. We haven't done that in a few episodes of the show, so.
Not really.
But I just knew about that, so I was like, you know what, might as well put that in.
Yeah.
But I actually have some mistakes.
Yeah, this one's a big one. You showed
Yeah.
it to me while we were just watching it. I'm gonna try and play a little bit of the clip
Yeah,
on
see if you
stream.
can. Yeah, see if you
I
can
was
play a
able
little
to
bit
get
of it.
away with it for a certain episode that I had to record for my final project at school here.
Yeah.
And I was able to put a lot of clips in.
There's
so,
only one that got copyright
Yeah.
striked, which is good.
So I
So
was
just
pretty happy.
replace that,
So,
and then we'll be good.
I'm looking forward to trying to putting
More clips.
more clips in here instead of just.
And I think it
photos.
looks a lot better when he does that.
It does, honestly, because you can fully immerse yourself and understand what we're talking about, which is
If you can, what you should do is play the clip, freeze frame, show it, and then.
yeah.
So, in the battle scene in like New York where we first meet America with our Doctor Strange, there's this guy that like is running around with like a shopping bag. He's in like 4 different scenes. It's the same guy. So there's one where he's running away, and then it cuts to another one, and then you see him running away again from the same spot, and then you see him going past Doctor Strange and running away, and then the next scene you see him again from the first spot running away again. It's a big continuity flaw, which it's just kind of like comedical. Yeah?
Comical?
No? Comical. That's it. Oh my God. I'm going to cut that out. That was bad.
Oh,
Woo.
Jesus Christ.
Comical. Comedical. God. I'm taking stand-up comedy next semester too. This is going to be interesting. And then there's a little continuity flaw at the end of this movie. Strange opens a portal in Campbell'S, and you see he's like very close to the portal, and then after he talks to America, he's like very far away from the portal and has to walk like 3 feet to the portal. So, yeah, we're gonna jump into some Easter eggs now. Vic, why don't you take it away?
All right, this is definitely my favorite. I love Marvel, so I like seeing like the connections, and I think one of the coolest ones with this is this movie did come out on Mother's Day weekend, and it revolves around Wanda's like want to be a mother, and that's why she's become so dark and like pretty much psychotic. It's because she will go through anything and everything to be a mother. And I think they just did well with releasing this on Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, I never even noticed that until you said something.
I didn't either, so that's a really nice aspect of it. I know you had one here
that you showed me while I was watching it, and in the beginning of the film, again, when Doctor Strange is fighting that one-eyed monster, Doctor Strange jumps on a taxi, and you get a quick glimpse of a trash can that's knocked over, and it looks like Professor X's wheelchair because there's a big X.
Yeah,
it looks like
and
it.
in like the original X-Men that like came out in the 2000s, because like on his wheelchair it's a big X.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it looks like, kind of foreshadowing that we're gonna see Professor X
later in the film. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, of course, Bruce Campbell's cameo.
Yeah,
he's in every single one of Sam Raimi's film. He's the reason he's in every single one of Sam Raimi's film is because he's literally the star of Sam Raimi's biggest movie. And you know, we see him in all the Spider-Man movies. I'm surprised we didn't see him in No Way Home, even though Sam Raimi did. I know John Watts directed it, but still, like,
I'm sure there was influence.
Yeah, you would have thought, you know, Raimi would have been like, hey, put him in.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't feel like it was right because he wasn't directing it himself.
Yeah.
Who knows what went down there. But, Bruce Campbell's been in everything that he's done.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it a lot.
It's funny to see it. And when Doctor Strange is meeting the Illuminati, Professor X comes out to the X-Men 97 theme song.
Very suspenseful. Obviously, we knew we were seeing him. He was in one of the trailers at the end.
Yeah, his voice was, yeah. We should tell him the truth.
Yeah, so nice. I think that was really well done with what they did there.
What I'm doing, I'm getting I'm staying away from trailers for these new Marvel movies, and I'm getting let down so much. I really am. I'm trying to like see this as like phase 1 and 2. But I'm so disappointed with how it's come out.
They're all just kind of not great right now.
No.
Someone told me recently that the Marvel movies in this phase are kind of like how the comics turned, because the comics, they were doing great, and then they kind of changed styles, and then they were kind of shit for a long time. And that's kind of how this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
They're just
great.
None of them recently have been very good.
And everything's the trauma phase.
I know,
like this is classified as the trauma phase, but that's just by the fans. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It shouldn't be classified as yes, there's a lot of shit that goes on in it, but we shouldn't classify that as this whole phase.
I know.
The fuck is Gabe eating? He's eating a cookie?
Oh yeah, there were cookies on the table.
My God. Man finds food everywhere.
Hey, I mean,
he's got a starving girlfriend in here, so you better get me one.
he's coming to bring us cookies.
I mean, hey.
Hey.
We're hungry. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe. Bringing us snacks.
Bye.
Gabe's actually also wearing his merch. Gabe, come back. Come back. Show them your merch.
Yeah.
This is the merch we got Gabe for being a guest on the podcast.
He's got
show the back.
Cheek full of food over there.
Yes.
Hey,
do you just want to sit in and listen to the rest of this? So we have another guest here. So
there we are. Now we got 4.
Yes.
So back to Easter eggs. I know we had a ton.
Yeah.
But I know there's one that we see here. It's pretty obvious. We see Evil Strange.
Oh my God, yeah.
And this is a clear nod to Marvel's What If series.
Yeah.
And he's
it's literally almost the
What
exact same character.
Oh, I think it's like carbon copy.
Oh yeah,
to be
100%. But he hasn't gone through that. he hasn't been trapped in that like little thing that the Watcher did yet.
Yeah, not
But
yet.
it's,
Eventually.
it's practically the same character.
I think so.
Well, I mean, Strange did throw him out a window and killing him. So, I mean, guess
Who knows?
But it's literally the exact same character as what we saw in What If.
I think so.
He uses the Darkhold to enhance his powers drastically. Like, it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of also foreshadowing a little bit. Got something to say?
I have nothing to say. I haven't seen the movie in quite some time.
Okay.
Good movie, though.
All right. Well, Gabe said he likes the movie, so
Yes.
now we can put this episode out. Now we feel good enough.
we have the approval.
He went with me to see it.
There are a couple more, nothing like crazy.
Oh no,
like
I had a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I
go
liked
ahead.
the bottom here.
Yeah.
When they were when America Chavez and Doctor Strange and Wong were all getting pizza after their New York fight scene.
Yeah.
He's talking about Spider-Man, but like we were talking about before, this takes place after No Way Home, and at the end of No Way Home, he wiped everyone's memory of Spider-Man, including his own. But he's still talking about him, and it's showing his residual.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, he wiped
Yeah.
everyone. Of
He
Peter
worked
Parker.
everybody of Peter Parker.
he
not
still knows
So everybody still knows who and what
Spider-Man, but
Spider-Man
yeah.
is, but they don't know of Peter
Peter
Parker.
Parker. But I think that was just like kind of interesting because she was even like Spider-Man who, like,
Right.
what is going on here?
Also, it's like usually they don't reference Spider-Man in any other Marvel
Yeah.
movie
I know.
because of the Sony deal.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird to see that. Also, he's not in any of the Marvel logos, as we may have talked about. I can't remember.
What in the intro?
Yeah, he's not in any of the intro
Well, yeah,
because
because of what happened.
he's not until like he's only in it in his solo movies, which is understandable, I guess.
But beforehand, he was in it. Just after the spell, he's not anymore.
No, because of the Sony deal, he's no longer in the Marvel intro.
Oh, that's why? It's not because of the spell?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's because of the
shit.
it's rights issues.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Can someone mention this one on the bottom of the list? I think that's just
The one I
me.
put.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. So when America takes Wanda to her kids, you can see on the TV that the kids are watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And also there's a really old Xbox 360. There's the original white Xbox 360 where you get the red ring of death. And everybody knows if they've had an Xbox 360 about the red ring of death. Luckily, I've actually never gotten it. John, have you
What?
gotten the red ring of death on the Xbox 360?
Oh, I have a whole story about that.
Yeah?
I'll keep it short, but pretty much, me and my brother had this Xbox 360 years ago. It was like our love. Like, we loved it. We played every game on it, obviously. Like, we were like 10 and 12 years old, if that even. One day, we tried to play it, red ring of death. Don't know what happened. And so pretty much, our dad had to take the entire Xbox apart and fix it.
Really?
YouTube the entire thing.
Damn.
And he somehow fixed it. I don't know how, but
That's crazy.
there we are.
See, I never had the white Xbox. I had the second generation.
Oh, you had the slim one?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, no, I had the white
Where
one,
like
OG
you didn't have to actually press the like eject button. You just ran your finger across it and it would just eject. Same with the power button. You would just like run your finger across it and it would just turn on. But yeah, so I never got the red ring of death. I heard you still could get the red ring of death on those ones though too, the black ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why PlayStation.
I'm a PlayStation girl now, so
PlayStation is not better.
Yeah.
I'd have
Shut
to
up.
disagree with you.
Gabe.
What are you doing over there?
All right, so now we're gonna jump into the movie ratings on websites.
Yeah. This is a good part. I like this.
IMDb gave it a 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 74%, and Metacritic gave it a 60%. What do you guys think?
I think it's accurate.
I think so too. It's definitely not as good as other movies Marvel have put out, so I think it's a pretty accurate rating.
Yeah.
I think Shang-Chi was great, honestly.
I agree.
I would agree. But now moving forward into opening weekend and overall earnings, the budget was massive. Obviously, it's Marvel.
Overall, it was
$200 million. Opening weekend, it almost made its entire budget. 187 million.
Which for certain movies is kind of normal.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah, I would
Not a lot of movies reach its budget
Yeah.
opening
And
weekend.
for me, I think it made so much opening weekend because of
The
the amount of hype that was
anticipation,
surrounded
yeah.
about
Mm-hmm.
around it. It still made so much more after the fact. Overall, it made almost $1 billion. It made 955 million.
It's crazy.
So
It's
it was
insane.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
But this movie made a ton of money, even though it was kind of a letdown in terms of what our expectations were versus what we actually got.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
tons of money.
I completely agree with you on that. But yeah, now it's time for our favorites.
Yeah.
Our favorite scene and favorite quotes. John, I will let you... Actually, Vic.
Yeah, let Vic go first. She's the guest.
Okay, my favorite scene has definitely got to be when they're in the Illuminati, and we see Reed Richards from X-Men,
Jim
and then
Halpert.
out comes Professor X.
Yes.
And I think I like this in the movie. I loved the X-Men movies growing up. I liked the Fantastic Four movies, and it was just like a little piece of like my inner childhood combined with like the newer
Right.
Marvel, like the stuff that I love now.
The newer
kind of just,
age.
yeah, it kind of just brings everything together really well.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a really good scene. I really do. And seeing John Krasinski come out as Reed Richards, as everybody wanted and suspected and was hoping for. Now, with that being said, do you think he's going to be Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie that is coming out in 2024, 2023?
I really hope so, because it will just bring that, like, those good memories back for everyone who's loved X-Men movie, no, not X-Men, Fantastic Four movies before.
For the brief time he was in the movie,
Yeah.
he did a great job.
I think so too. The very brief time that
But now he's blue spaghetti. Sorry, linguine.
shred into pieces.
Different noodles. You got to know. You're
I thought it more
Italian-
of a paper shredder, like you kind of just dropped them in the machine.
That
That's
too.
what it looked like.
But, you know, us Italians got to know our noodles.
I know.
No, I think fettuccine was right. They were kind of fat.
Yeah.
Not really
Linguine
like,
or
yeah.
fettuccine, you know. Could have been any of
I know.
them. Yeah.
But I'm kind of right there. I think my favorite scene is when we see Reed Richards X and
Well,
just like
yeah, my theater erupted.
yeah, I know, so did
Yeah.
mine, and it was electric.
Kind of people
So
almost
fun.
booed for Captain Marvel and
yeah.
and
Makes sense.
I-
Captain Carter too.
Yeah, I mean, no one wanted to see them, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite scene because it was so anticipated, and like you asked her, I don't think he's gonna be.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Who do you think? Who do you think is better?
Because I don't know who we're gonna get and who's
Yeah.
better or anything like that. But I feel like that is just a separate universe. So
Yeah.
I don't think we're even gonna get it. To
Well,
be honest.
Since we're on the topic of, you know, casting and stuff, and Professor X, what do you think? Do you think they're actually going to cast, who's the one guy? The guy that's in Far Cry. I don't know his name. He was also in The Mandalorian. He wielded the Darksaber. What's his name? He was Moff Gideon.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I don't know his name. Something no, not Xavier. Something I don't know, but they're saying he's going to be the new Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would like that because I only really see him more as a villain in most things than
It's a great way to find it.
He plays Gustavo Fring or Gus Fring. It is Giancarlo Esposito.
yeah.
That's his name.
So like I don't know. I just
I
I only see him as like a
sorry.
villain.
She's laughing because I looked up.
Oh, Pollo Loco guy. And he could have looked up any other thing that you said, and that's what he decided to look up.
Yeah, probably.
Just something I would do.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, I just don't know. Like I see him more as a villain. That's pretty much it. Because
Yeah, I
like
do too.
most of it, he's only played villains. Was he a bad guy in Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much. He was like the big bad.
So I don't think I could see him as a good guy.
I could.
You could?
He has that duality.
Really?
He has it because he's played like a manager of a chicken place, and I know that's
Wow.
totally different sides, but he has that really nice side, and then he can flip the switch. So
I guess. But
he's an incredible actor. So I
I
think
mean,
he
once
could do it.
yeah, most of the stuff. I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I just don't know if he's Charles Xavier type.
I know, but
Those are some big shoes to fill.
Exactly.
Honestly. Like, they
think
really
so.
have to choose the right person for
Right.
the role.
yeah. But anyway, jumping back into this because I know we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
My favorite quote is from Wanda Maximoff, and it is, "You break the rules and you become the hero. I do it and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair." That's the
very
best
true.
line in the entire movie.
What's your
by
favorite
far.
scene? Did you say?
Yeah, my favorite scene is when we see
Oh.
Professor X and Reed Richards.
Yes.
Most anticipated part of the film.
My favorite scene has to be, I think, when Strange and Evil Strange are fighting each other in the music battle. I really loved that. Like, it was just so cool.
was fun.
The visual effects were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And my favorite quote is from Strange when he's dreamwalking, and he says to Wanda, "This time it's gonna take more than killing me to kill me." I just thought it was so funny. Like, it was just like so dumb funny, like that. It's
Yeah.
just like, all right, like it was good. I liked it. But yeah, I guess I'll shut the fuck up now. All right, favorite quote?
It's when America Chavez says, "I can't beat you, so I'll give you what I want." And just right there, she opens a portal to her kids, like
Yeah,
Wanda and her kids, and you could just see how terrified those kids
Oh,
are of
no.
her.
yeah,
And then that's where she's like, "Oh shit, I need to cut what I'm doing and
right,
kind of stop all of this madness."
exactly.
Chill the F out.
Yeah, it
Like,
was definitely really
Star-Lord.
intense.
Yeah.
Everybody relax, chill the F out. But now it's time for our final ratings of the episode. Yeah. So Vic, why don't you go first? Acting, plot, and overall rating. 1 out of 10. Out of 10.
Acting, I would give it like a 9.5. They definitely have really great people
That's huge.
playing the parts in this movie. And I'm mostly giving that for the intensity of Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda, because
Yeah.
she just really played, well, Wanda / Scarlet Witch. She really played that part really well.
She did.
Plot, I would give it like a 7. It could have, like Johnny was saying before, it could have been done better.
Right.
What was the last one? Plot. Overall, I would agree with that, like 6.5 to like 6.9 kind of rating. It's not as good as what Marvel has put out previously.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
John?
I'm going acting. I'm gonna give it an 8 because everyone did really well.
Yeah.
I think plot. I'm gonna give it like a 7, and overall I'm gonna go with a 7 because it's still a solid movie. I enjoyed it. It was good. Just my expectations were too high,
Yeah.
as was everybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 7s across the board, because I'm taking it down a few notches for, America Chavez is a little, like, there was some scenes where she was a little iffy. Captain Marvel, get the fuck out of here, and Captain Carter could have definitely been completely better. It just could have been done completely better for their acting. I hated how she stole Steve's classic line, because that's not even like her thing. That's
did she say
literally,
again?
she said, "I can do this all day." That's his line. That's not hers.
Oh yeah.
That it was literally specifically meant for him. You see it in the first Avenger. I'm getting pissed off at this point. You see it in the first Avenger where he grabs the trash can and he goes, "I can do this all day." It's like, that's his thing. He gets shit on fucking 20 days out of the, every single fucking day of the year, and he's just saying, "I can take a beating."
Yeah.
Like, that's not your line. Getting mad. But that's just what made me like heated. Plot was good, but I'm in agreement with you. Like, why we should have saw a lot more multiverses, a lot.
Oh yeah.
And
it needed it, and
yeah,
just not what we got.
and then overall 7, because it just takes away
That's
from
definition of mid.
Right.
That's what this was.
yeah.
It's harsh, but at the same time, like, there was the expectation that they gave us. It was so high.
Yeah,
Like, we thought we were going to get so much more.
There was way too much expectation for
I
this.
agree.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode of the One Shot Movie Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. What else? Facebook page. Instagram is One Shot Movie Podcast Official. Twitter is One Shot Movie Pod. TikTok is One Shot Movie Podcast, and Facebook is One Shot Movie Podcast as well. if you don't want to look all those up, go to our Instagram. Links in our link tree.
Our link tree's on everything.
Yeah,
So.
pretty much. It's even on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, just go check it out. You can become a patron. Holy shit. Patreon.com. I guess / One Shot Movie Podcast. I don't actually know, but the link's in the link tree. Go get your sweet, sweet merch. It is very comfortable, and
Use that discount code that we
Yes.
gave you.
Christmas is coming up. Good gifts.
yes. So yeah, definitely use that promo code that we gave you for some great merch. Anything else? Anything that I'm missing?
I don't think so. No. Just
All right.
give us a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Yes.
whatever.
That helps us out a lot.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
really would. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next episode.
That's a wrap.
You're now tuned in to the One Shot Podcast hosted by Vincent and Jonny.
This show contains movie spoilers, R-rated content, and Hollywood's hottest takes on movies old and new.
Listen at your own risk.